Last time on The Ties That Bind, waylaid by an errant blizzard, Asmo, Daenir, and Wolfgang took shelter in a roadside tavern. As fate would have it, they would come back into contact with Hackless and Fezziwig, two elves who skipped town during the Tongue Twister investigation. After coming to a mild understanding, their attention was taken by a crazed man in a shrouded cloak. He revealed himself as a member of the Bleeding Gods cult and implored them to save his beloved master, who has been driven mad by the cult's magical gems. This man, named Robert, in his own madness, had replaced his fingers with blades and sliced off his own hand in an attempt to appease our heroes. With a loss of blood and a terrible seizure, he died, pleading once again to the team to save his master. With the storm past, they now make their way to Iceforge, a town of magic and death. All right, so you're still in the cart, riding down. You've each gotten a bit of a nap in. Consider that basically a rest. You've got all your spell slots, etc. back that you might have wasted.
Good deal. Did I go back to the realm while I slept, or did I have a normal dream?
Typically, if you're not there, you don't have a dream, but
Okay.
you don't remember upon waking up whether or not you visited. There wasn't anything of consequence if you were there. A lot of these dreams, since you're there so wearily often, when there's nothing that happens in there, your brain just kind of skips over them.
Okay.
Asmo's just been sleeping, nodding, just kind of not really talking to anyone, just looking out the cart window at the cold.
Yeah. Make a perception check for me, Asmo.
What do I perceive?
Let's find out.
Sorry, I need to move this thing. And there we go. Perception. 13.
13? As you're riding along, you actually see a hooded figure kind of pulling like its hood over its face. The blizzard isn't intense, but it's still kind of snowing and a little windy out. You see a familiar form walking along the side of the road.
Familiar in what way?
You rolled a 13. You just know that you've seen this person before.
Do we ride past
is
them?
about to pass alongside them.
Asmo bangs the inside. Stop!
Right,
I asked.
You hear the trot of the ghost hooves start to click clock, click clock, click clock, click clock.
I think I recognize
you've stopped
him.
just in front of a little ahead of the man you just passed.
Asmo looks over to Daenir and Wolfgang.
Hey, I think I recognize him.
Daenir looks up from the journal from the halfling. Really?
Yeah, there's not a lot of people I recognize.
Daenir, go ahead and give me a perception check. Snow's a little thick, but...
Perception is an 8.
You see the person, but you can't really make out their form. You just see a guy in a hood kind of like walking down the road. He seems to look up at the cart that stopped, though, and starts to move toward you.
Looks like a guy in a hood.
Yeah, and the last guy in a hood we bumped into. I'm pretty sure he tried to fucking kill me.
Asmo kicks open the door.
Cover me.
Asmo jumps out and pulls out both of his blades.
Oh my god.
The man stops, puts up his arms. Whoa! And
Asmo, not...
as the wind blows away the hood, you see that it is Fezziwig.
Oh. Asmo puts his blades away.
God damn it, Fezziwig.
What? I'm trying to travel here.
Asmo, not everybody in a hood is the person who tried to kill you.
This is the first time I thought it was happening. Forgive me, you looked similar to someone who I had an unfortunate encounter with, Fezziwig.
Well, all is forgiven. Are you pulling over for any reason other than that, are you?
Well, we're heading up to the next town. Would you like a ride?
I would appreciate that, yes. Thank you.
No worries.
He walks
Daenir
up.
has
He seems to have like a little rucksack over his back. Doesn't really seem to be carrying a whole lot.
Alrighty.
He sets that on back with the rest of the packs and sits up there with you. Or hops in. Kind of sits opposite you, Wolfgang, next to Asmo.
When Asmo turns around, Daenir's holding a blanket. And he just gives a little bit of a grin. And he tosses onto Asmo's head.
What the?
You're
What's that?
covered!
Oh, very funny, Daenir. God.
Must be nice
Yeah.
having travel companions.
You had Hackless, and I'm guessing he's just like having a small dog constantly.
He's an odd one. I'm not entirely sure how to read him, to be quite honest. He hops in the cart, and the cart door closes. Beauregard's face pops in.
Boo.
Fezziwig is noticeably startled by the head that just pops next to his face. Ah! Shall I carry on, sirs?
Absolutely.
Very well.
How far
Onward.
How far away are we, by the way?
Oh,
Bradley?
I'd say, not too far now. I can see the gates from here. Perhaps another 45 minutes by carriage.
Well, at least saved you some time.
Would have been a significantly longer walk. You saved me more than you can imagine.
No worries.
And the horse starts clopping again. The wheels start turning.
Daenir goes back to reading.
So what kind of act are you going to put on for the Archmage?
Frankly, I have no idea. I don't know exactly what he's looking for just yet. I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
Aren't you nervous every performance?
Oh, no. Not for, most people. I traveled with a troupe for a good long while. They cheered me for my dancing and my singing. It, turned me into a bit of a pariah with my family, but it's what I wanted to do.
It is true. So where you come from, though? Big thing.
I don't think I've ever asked him that, have I?
No.
We've ever asked him where he...
Where have you come from? I think the third time we bumped into each other at this point, I'd feel awkward not knowing.
I come from out east, small town.
Well.
Is
How about you? You're clearly, if I may be so bold, from south of the Maw.
Asmo just kind of looks at Wolfgang.
Yeah. You come from south.
I hear it's nice down there. What's it like?
It's certainly a lot warmer.
Imagine this, but no snow.
They say this land used to be warmer too before the rise of the Scourge. Of course, I was nowhere near alive back then.
Yeah, none of us were.
Yes. They say this land used to be a paradise for my people. Forests as far as the eye could see, nothing but warm, temperate land, even at night. And then the Scourge came, wiped it all out, and then during the war, the cataclysm happened, and, well, the rest, as they say, is history, I suppose.
Can I ask you a question? You've lived here a long time.
My whole life.
What is the deal with people not liking magic bloods? Like, I've seen it, I get it, but why? It's just something that's bothered me ever since we got here. Such an odd thing to hate.
It would seem that way, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, most of it is just people looking for something to fear, and people in power looking for something for those people to fear, and giving them a target in order to stay in power longer. You see, I believe that the Archmage himself fears them because of their innate magical abilities. Perhaps
So
one of them would rise up and be more powerful than he. And he couldn't have that now, could he?
Yeah. Makes sense. Consolidation of power, vilify your opponents, dehumanize them. I think that's the term, right?
Up
Which
here,
is
that
weird.
doesn't mean quite as much, but yes.
Yeah.
What about down below the mall? How are they treated down there? Or do you have them down there? Because there are rumors that they are caused by, well, your people.
Asmo just kind of looks to Daenir and Wolfgang. Anything to say?
Anybody who wants to take a stab at this can roll a knowledge history. Daenir with advantage.
Hoi. That's a natural one.
26?
Natural 1 for Wolfgang, 26 for Daenir. Daenir, yeah, obviously since you know Pip, they do pop up from time to time, but they are significantly rarer. There are sorcerers down south, but they aren't quite the same. There are people born with innate magic ability, but all of those tend to be specifically like first, maybe sometimes second, and even more rarely third generation dragonborn. Typically the spawn of one of the 3 royal family members with another, just a half-breed.
Any kind of known magic bloods on the southern islands at all?
No, 0. At least, when you were a child.
Yeah. We do have some magic bloods on the main continent. From what I've heard, they're mostly, dragon blooded, but back home, we don't have any magic bloods on the southern islands that I was aware of.
Blooded. You're telling me you have just dragon people walking around down there? I've heard rumors, but never seen one, of course.
Dragonborn tend to be a bit rarer, from what I'm understanding.
Is that true? Like Greg.
There are quite a few of them, and typically they are born male, and as soon as that male, comes to age and reproduces with anybody else, they typically, the dragon genes tend to take over, and almost all of them come out as dragonborn. There are a few dragonborn female.
Aggressive genes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always found Dragonborn interesting. Fellow. Almost like the weird cousins of them. Me being a lizard. Them believing to be a bit better, but hey.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to tell themselves something.
That is fascinating. Should I survive this ordeal, perhaps I'll give the South a visit sometime.
No, you think you're not going to survive your performance? How bad could it be?
I fear not for my performance. I fear for them. I fear for the Archmage's intentions.
Yeah, I haven't really heard a lot of good things about this guy.
He seems to run the country well enough. I mean, the people thrive, everything carries on, but nobody really knows what he thinks.
What race is he? Do you know?
Never met him. Never seen him. Not many have.
No one knows.
The fact that your quest is to get into Mitternacht is interesting to say the least.
It looks like we gotta stop along the way here at Iceforge.
Well, you're going to need the permission from the Duke to pass through as it is.
We'll see.
Me, I have my little summons. You. I don't know what brings you up this far, but something tells me that your end goal is there.
God willing. No offense to the north, but a bit too cold. I look forward to getting back to the capital and taking care of some business, I think.
Oh, I've never traveled this far north myself either. Dreadful. Haven't seen the sun in what feels like days. Ironically.
I know. I miss it. Back home, It's like this, but in reverse. It's sunlight all the time. We get maybe 20 minutes of nighttime at a time.
Oh my god.
That's... I don't even know how to... Wow. Any family back home? Any of you?
Yeah.
Probably.
I got a little boy.
I've had a few in my time. Dare say I've never been the best parent to most of them. I outlive most of them. It's very hard to get attached in such a way.
Suppose that would put a unique perspective on fatherhood.
There were times I was able to settle down with a half-elf woman or two in my time, but watching them get old and gray as I remain relatively unchanged by the sands of time is difficult, and then you watch the same for your children. They get older. They get families of their own. Eventually you just stop trying.
Yeah, can I how's he doing right now?
He seems fine. Seems a little wistful.
Are we all looking longingly out the window?
He is.
I've got my nose buried in my book.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check on that, just as you're reading.
13.
He does seem to make mention of Iceforge. His handwriting is very sloppy, and with the rattling of the cart, you're only picking up things here and there. Like this, these might seem like the scribblings of a madman.
Yeah, I'm not getting much from this thing. Seems like just gibberish. Although, he keeps on talking about Iceforge.
Yeah, you do find the name Robert written in there somewhere, but you're finding it hard to find context for it. You're thinking this man, like, was either driven mad or may not have been entirely competent at reading and writing to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing mentions of our friend from back in the inn, but I don't know. Either this guy was completely bonkers to begin with, or his trek caused him to lose the rest of his marbles.
Well, anyone who would have knives shoved up his own fucking fingers probably isn't exactly got his screws on tight. So yeah.
I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to find. If you two want to take a look at it, Wolfgang, you specialize in this kind of thing. Feel free.
Whose journal is that?
A...
Sorry if I'm overstepping bounds. I'm just curious.
Going into Steamy Springs, we found a frozen body coming in. Turns out he got attacked by a small person, a halfling. We eventually ended up finding said halfling. We believe that he's an acolyte of the Bleeding God.
Bleeding God. You hear
That's what looks
rumblings of that here and there.
What have you heard?
Probably less than you, frankly.
Nothing
I
good,
was
I
there.
hope.
I was there in Cold Reach just as you were.
Yeah,
You were, then you weren't.
that's what gives him a look.
Yes. And
And
again,
look
I
at-
do apologize.
And look at that. Same brains. And look at that. Here we are. Exact same place on the road.
Asmo giving him shit.
He kind of gives you a small smirk. I understand. I am simply trying to look out for my best interest and made a judgment call that I regret.
Oh,
Well,
But there
now
was
that
no
we-
way for me to know how long we would have been stuck there.
I think, what, 5 more hours? Was that it?
knowing your situation as we do now, we probably would have been more understanding.
Well, I'm glad.
I still couldn't discount you fully as, possibly being the killer.
Well, at least now you can.
Oh,
I hope.
oh
Well,
at least
we
for-
found the killer, so.
At least,
There you have it.
at least those kills.
Asmo smirks again, so you can see the golden fang.
Do you think me for a killer?
Oh, I think you have an actor, so that means you can professionally lie. And some of the best professional liars have a bodies under their feet.
Was never a particularly good actor. I was more of a singer and a dancer, really.
All good actors say they're not that great.
Well, then maybe I'm better than I think I am, but I still wouldn't think that.
Whether or not you've killed someone or not, not for me to judge. I've killed a couple of people when I was younger. Hell,
Asmo just thinks about it.
I was gonna say we almost killed that one guy, but he came back.
He got better.
Oh my god.
Asmo just rolls his eyes.
He's kind of like looks left and right at you. That's quite the claim.
Yeah, I know, right?
I've killed a lot of things in my time. People, monsters. It's my business. Get one.
Hunting monsters.
Yeah,
Hunting evil.
pretty much.
A noble goal. I wish you the best of it.
Thank you. Often my work goes unappreciated. Not that I really mind as long as people are safe.
It's very altruistic of you.
I
Although
try
I'm guessing
to
there
be.
must be some profit in it. You're not exactly dressed like a pauper.
Always dressed to be noticed. Or don't. His kind of thing makes sense. Hunting monsters, he wants to be seen and remembered in case there's another monster, right? They like, remember that guy in the white outfit.
That's the idea.
Me, on the other hand, I like what I wear. I like to be noticed but not really remembered. It's better for me. And that's
Well, up
why.
here, I guarantee that a face like yours is noticed.
Oh, you humble me so. That's why the guy we met back outside of the springs, the one on top of the mountain, he worries me. Not more than what we dealt with, but
The halfling?
no, someone else. He dresses to be noticed and be remembered. That scares the crap out of me.
Personally, I like to dress a way that you can't tell that I'm a wizard just by looking at me. Those big wide rim hats, those flowing robes, that'll get you killed.
Well, being a wizard isn't necessarily illegal. You have to
Around
learn
here-
that.
Around here, it's actually a sign of status. Those who are proficient with magic can survive more and are more useful to society. That's why so many go to the college in Iceforge.
Hell, that barkeeper was a conjurer.
Yes.
That's the one thing that's wild about the North. All the undead, all the magic everywhere. Yet one particular kind is not allowed. And that's what's worrisome. I don't know.
It's
Well,
probably because they want control over it.
Yeah, makes
yes,
sense.
anything that they cannot control or teach is difficult for those in charge. Especially when, let's say, a child who doesn't understand their abilities starts a fire that they cannot stop.
I mean, I've technically got magic in my blood.
Don't go flaunting that around, though.
Not like I was born with it.
Oh, you don't know that.
Asmo just chuckles. Asmo turns to Fezziwig.
Okay. What do you know, by the way? You mentioned the college. What do you know about it?
Well, not much more than anybody that lives around these parts. It's a
Well, so
place
you know,
of high status that a lot of aspiring magicians and wizards attend, or attempt to attend, with the aspirations of making it to the higher college in Mitternacht.
This is kind of the halfway point for that.
Well, it's still a place where quite a few military leaders will come out of, and some who enter high society, if they are of that breed.
How many kids do you... Yeah, how many people actually go to this school, though?
Not to say. Never been this far north. Never really thought about it.
Do you know if it's you have to enroll in it, or you can simply show up, show that you have magical talent, and maybe take a class or two?
I know that there is a aptitude test of sorts one must go through in order to gain access to the school grounds.
I see. Well, that's interesting.
They say some die taking the test,
Oh.
which is why only those who are truly prepared even attempt to enroll.
What have you heard? Have you heard anything else about the trials or what they're involved in, or?
Let me roll, see what he knows. I'm afraid not, sadly. It's never really been my focus, much less my area of expertise.
Given that I've been reading the book about the history of the North and everything like that, is there any chance that I could roll to see what I've picked up?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you knowledge history with, not with advantage, just general.
24?
All right. You know that this place, as he said, is a very highly touted establishment. There are a lot of smaller colleges throughout the world, and as people show that they are significantly more proficient, they will come here and study, and if they are to prove themselves truly worthy, they're allowed an audience with the headmaster, and he will then decide whether or not they are worthy of making passage to Mitternacht and studying up there, perhaps even becoming an aide of the Archmage himself, or working directly for the regime.
Interesting. And Daenir will pass out this information to everybody else from what he's read.
And Professor Wicks just kind of looks at you like, why were you asking me if you knew this?
I wanted to know how much. We want to know what you knew, and also he knows stuff he doesn't let on all the time.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
Shot in the dark, by the way, Daenir. What's the headmaster's name?
Would my knowledge tell me who the headmaster is?
Go ahead and let's see. With 24, it should. Let me scroll down here and find the boy.
The lad.
His name is Francis Lassiter.
Ooh, that's a fancy ass name.
The headmaster is Francis Lassiter, and whereas I have information, you may have a different set of information which may add additional details to what I know. That's
Fair
why you
enough.
ask questions.
Always keep on asking.
You can hear the tone of the horse's clopping shift as the cart bumps a little. You appear to have gotten onto a cobblestone road.
Oh boy, we are almost there.
The horse draws to a stop as Beauregard's head pops in. The two guards shall be approaching to ask for our means of entry.
We have that. You have that right, Wolfgang.
We got given the paper by the one gentleman.
Daenir reaches into his pouch, and he lifts out the letter from Mr. Blackthorn.
There we go. Darius.
There we go.
All right.
Papers.
The guards approach. They kind of like knock on the door. It pops open. You see a pale man with dark eyes staring in at you. He has a well-crafted beard. What business brings you here?
I show the slip of paper. We're here to see Duke Blackthorn. We're sent by his brother, the Constable of Steamy Springs.
This is his seal.
And this one, Asmo gestures to Fezziwig, is traveling through. We just picked him up along the way.
He reaches into his vest and he pulls out, or his inner pocket in his jacket, and he pulls out the black scroll. A summon from the Archmage himself. Very well. Pass on through. He covers his mouth with a scarf and closes the door behind him. He waves ahead and Beauregard begins to pull forward. As you enter the town, there are a lot of tall buildings made out of stone and metal. This seems like not necessarily a fully thriving metropolis, but there are a lot of people that don't seem normal. You see a lot of undead in the streets, a lot of these pale people who you are assuming might be vampires, as well as some people who look very ghoul-like. There's flesh green with bulbous tumors growing about on them.
Oh my.
And among them are a few half-elves here and there, but they are significantly rarer. You see a lot of people walking around with very nice clothes as you're pulling in through another district.
Like some of the ghouls are wearing nice clothes too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they seem to be dressed in either common clothes or just...
If you had to compare this town to another town that we might know, like outside of the universe, what would you say it's similar to in a lot of ways?
I would say this town is very similar to probably Winterhold in Skyrim.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Winterhold was the one with the mage, the one with the
Wherever the
magic
The High
school
King.
was.
Yeah, the High King of Skyrim, wherever he
Oh,
was.
okay.
I don't think that was Winterhold, but I
It
know what you're
wasn't
talking
Winterhold,
about.
but I can't remember all the
It's the one.
Skyrim places.
It's the one with the Nords. Like, this is where our war
Yes,
started.
in Nord capital.
Okay, cool. Okay, I was just curious, and it has high walls around it too.
There's a big gate, and as you go through, yeah, there's like a gate that leads out. You see this map here with the ice walls that seem to come out from nowhere. There is a gate built into an icy wall,
Oh wow.
and it seems to stretch out for quite a bit as you enter the town of Iceforge.
Oh my
You
goodness.
see around you, these buildings are fairly nice, and yeah, there are ghoul-like people. Their flesh kind of green, bulbousy, but they don't act like zombies. They seem to be fairly civilized, normal.
Smoking
And
a
as you
cigarette?
ride through a nicer district, let's say, it seems to be like a shopping district right off the main thoroughfare, kind of a almost it looks like a shopping district for nice boutiques. Seems to have like a few restaurants and things like that. There are people in nicer clothing walking around, fluffy coats. Some people don't seem to need coats at all, but they're still dressed rather nicely. And the cart pulls to a stop. As you are facing down the street, you can see the tall tower, which you assume to be the Mage's College.
Well,
This is our next step, gentlemen. Shall I inform the innkeeper of your arrival?
yes, please.
Very
All right,
well.
guys.
Asmo kicks open the door and steps out, all bundled up.
It's chilly here. There is no magical warmth granted by any sort of mystical spring or anything here. It's just cold, cold, cold. But you are still warm in your cloak.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, this cloak is helping you a lot. Like, it's keeping you at a nice temperature.
Because if snakes get too cold, they go to sleep.
So what's the plan? We going to speak to the Duke first? We going to the inn first to get everything set up, or are we going to the Mage College?
Let's check in. I think we should check in and then go to the Duke and then see if our theory is correct. Sound like a plan?
Sounds reasonable to me.
That works.
Hey, Fezziwig.
Yes. He's behind the cart, kind of grabbing his satchel off the back.
Best of luck.
Yes, if you're getting checked in, I believe I'll be sticking with you here for a little bit, but thank you again for the lift. I know you really didn't have to, especially how I treated you back in Cold Reach.
No, it's okay.
To be honest with you, we got the idea for the carriage from you.
Well, I'll take that as a mild contribution then.
A happy accident, we'll call it.
He kind of just grins and nods. I suppose so.
All right. Let's go check in, lads.
Asmo starts walking over to the inn.
Yeah, as you get inside, you see Beauregard at the front desk speaking to another ghost.
Welcome to the Spook Inn.
It is called the Afterlife Inn.
Oh, damn. That's good.
Oh, hello. I was just getting you acquainted. These are the gentlemen who are looking for a room or rooms. Yes. A large ghost kind of like turns its head like 90 degrees towards you without moving its body. Its body then follows. Greetings. I shall be your host. Your ghost host.
With the most?
Don't.
No. You may
Damn.
call me Montgomery. Will it be 3 rooms or 1 suite?
Oh, 3 rooms, please.
I shall see what is available. He floats backwards without breaking eye contact with you and goes through a wall.
I'm just never gonna get used to this.
I don't mind bunking up. It means less times I have to cast the alarm spell.
Yeah, if you're comfortable sleeping on your own as well. After,
Worst case scenario, I kick his ass. No one
It's not
gets
the
too-
worst case scenario that comes to my mind.
I ain't dying yet. I got something I have to do.
If you're
Besides,
sure.
I'd like my privacy, okay?
A shame. You hear the voice of Montgomery from behind you as he rises up from the floor. If you are to die here, your stay is comped so long as you work for your privilege.
Did you die here?
Yes. 3 keys kind of like float in front of you. It will be 5 gold per room per night.
Daenir
Okay.
takes his keys and pays his gold.
After
Sounds
just
like,
giving a mile-long stare.
sounds like this place has a track record, Asmo. Well,
Oh, that's... Oh, my. Oh,
I pay
boy.
the 5 gold as well.
Thank you.
Oof.
Pay the 5 gold as well.
Come on.
Enjoy your stay. May your rest be unbroken.
Daenir smiles and pats Asmo on the back. Come on. Not the weirdest thing you've seen. And he stares at Asmo for a few moments.
He puts his arms across his chest like like you would see like a corpse in a coffin, falls backwards through the floor, and rises back up behind the counter.
Okay, I'm sure his body's in the wall somewhere. He's just saying to himself as Asmo walking upstairs.
You think that's fun for him?
Maybe.
I don't know.
You should ask him.
You guys find your ways to your rooms. They're each 3 in a row down a long hallway. The rooms are modest. They got a bed. Rooms don't seem very heated up here, but you'll make do. There seems to be a washroom down the hallway that you can use for various mortal reasons.
Alrighty. And we're all checked in. Asmo just kind of knocks on their door. Are we good to go? Let's go meet the Duke.
Fine by me.
I'm good.
Yeah, as you're heading downstairs, you see Fezziwig getting himself set up in a room.
See you around, Fezziwig.
Best of luck to you, gentlemen. And thank you again for the lift.
Best of luck.
All right.
Nods, and we walk out to the street.
All right. You head out into the street, and where would you like to go? What is your first? What is your first bit of business?
Well, we definitely gotta start walking towards the Duke at least.
All right.
Or if there's any shops along the way too, just window shop essentially. Here, if anything sounds good, we might swing by. I mean, Asmo might.
This is definitely a large city. If you were to ask around, you could probably find any sort of shop you might need to find.
Ooh. Out of character. I hope this is metagaming. Do you guys want anything? Are you guys good?
I think I'm good.
I'm good for the most part. The only thing that I would be curious about, Lani, is there any kind of like trade good up in the north that is common up north but rarer in the south?
Anything that would involve like pine and there are various Arctic animal furs that you might be able to find, like white-furred foxes, rabbits, things like that. Things that don't typically live down in the south.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there are lots of magical artifacts up here, thanks to the many schools of magic that you might not find down south.
Ooh, if there's a magic shop, that'd be dope as shit to check out. Out of character.
Yeah. I'd say we take a look at that.
Yeah.
All right. On the way to the Duke.
Yeah.
On the way to the Duke. Do we need to ask someone where the Duke is?
I'd say roll an investigation check, the lot of you, and this would basically just be information
17.
gathering. Oh yeah, you guys are easily able to figure it out based on what people are telling you. You're not actually too far off from it. There's a town square just down the main thoroughfare, which is the shopping district, and in that area there are a few buildings of official means, and they let you know which one is the office of the Duke, the Duchy, his manor.
Okay. So we'll head down that way and swing by a magic shop along the way.
All right. As you wander down, you find yourself in front of the bubbling cauldron.
Ooh, okay. Classic name.
Yes, it's a nice name for a shop, I do believe.
Let's
As you step in, and there's one of those green-skinned people, a woman it seems, standing behind a counter. Ah, hello. Welcome. What can I do for you?
Just taking a look around the shop. What's it looking pretty neat? Looking like a
there
pretty cool
seems to be
shop.
some staves hanging around here. It looks to be a kind of place that a lot of people would go to prep for college. There's a lot of medium to advanced stuff in this room.
Asmo like just elbows Daenir in the stomach. Oh, this is your place.
Yes, it is.
Is there anything you are looking for?
Oh, we're just shopping right now, really. Window shopping here, but he's probably gonna pick up something. You know what you got in the form of charms, trinkets, necklaces, anything that it can enhance
Ah,
You know.
looking to enhance one's abilities without expending the effort to learn it thyself.
Yeah, you know it. So just like, you got it.
I have
Well,
my skills are a bit more niche.
is there perhaps a skill set you are looking to acquire that you do not wish to put in the effort to attain?
Resist magic.
smiles.
Resisting the mystical arts.
Mhm.
Well, let's see what we can find for you.
I'm guessing you two are just looking around.
Yeah.
Okay, she might have something for you.
Oh.
You know, there was a ring that came in recently that might be able to suit your needs. Let me see if I can find it.
Please do.
Is there anything you guys in particular are looking for?
Daenir's a little bit on the broke side, so at best he'd be able to look at the scrolls.
All right. She reappears around the counter holding a ring. It seems to be black with a silver design. It seems to be elven in curvature. It's like a nice swirling pattern that circles all about the ring, and as you look at it from different angles, it seems to have this weird glow that sort of circles around it. Like there's like a little pulsing glow that flows around the design. This right here, this ring, should you take the effect of a spell that you wish not, it may
Do I have
be
to specify?
activated.
Out of character, what is it? What is this?
I'll let you know when you've decided to get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how much?
If you were to activate this ring, it might undo any negative effects being thrown your way by a wizard or magic blood.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Kind of spins it on the table.
How muchy?
2,500 gold.
Oh.
And this can be yours.
Gee. Now that really bums me out. What if I could give you something? And some
Something of
money.
equal value, I would hope.
That'll be for you to decide. I can tell you have a lot of magical artifacts here, and you require things for them, correct?
I do.
How about this?
Asmo pulls out the basilisk egg.
A basilisk egg. And Asmo whispers, from south of the Maw. Yeah.
The egg of the stone eye.
Yeah. Let's just say that this came under much duress. How much?
She asks if she may examine it.
By all means.
Asmo just gestures, of course. He would trust her. She seems the business type.
She examines it, puts her ear up to it, waves her hand over it as it kind of glows with a pulsing golden glow. The beast still lives, but lays dormant.
Oh.
I could probably knock 750 gold off the asking price for such a thing.
Not bad. So now we're down to 1,750.
Yes.
How about this? Because I'm not done yet, my dear.
Asmo pulls out the cave fisher ichor.
From what beast was this extracted?
If you've ever heard of a cave fisher,
She pops the cork off the vial.
Takes a
Kind
good
of
whiff.
dips her pinky in, sniffs it. An alchemist might find this quite handy. I could Not nearly as valuable as the other piece, however.
Oh, of course not. I didn't think so.
I'd say this is probably worth about another 10 to 15 gold.
Okay. Okay, I'm just looking through my articles right now. I'm seeing what I could get rid of.
No worries, you
And-
can also try to haggle with her.
Oh, I'm gonna haggle afterwards. I'm just gonna. But I also pull out the spider fluid. My spider fluid that I got from milking a spider's dead mouth.
The venom?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said that's probably worth another 20 gold, maybe.
Alright, so that's 35
Maybe,
gold.
and that's being a little generous.
Being a little generous. Alrighty.
Based on this and what I'm giving you, and the amount that you're willing to knock off of,
I'll tell you what, if you will combine all of these in a package price and give me another 1,500 gold on top, the ring can be yours.
Asmo's mulling himself, and he remembers he's going to get a lot of money for completing this job, so...
1,300.
Roll persuasion.
Come on, big money. Come on, big money. 2!
She just kind of stares at you and blinks.
Asmo just sighs, and Asmo pulls out 1,500 gold.
The ring is yours, dear.
Thank you
Use
very
it
much.
wisely. You may use it once per day. And it gives you the ability Counterspell,
Oh, yeah!
which as basically Counterspell as a reaction. So using your reaction, which like basically you use this reaction whenever a creature within 60 feet of you is casting a spell. So you have to be within 60 feet of the caster. Use your reaction to immediately disrupt the spell and negate it.
Okay, that's really handy. That's pretty much I can just stop one spell from happening.
Yes, unless it is a spell of 4th level or higher,
Okay.
in which case there is a save involved. And
Okay,
the save
that's-
DC for your case would just be a DC 10 plus... Wait, hold on. Let me read this. If it's casting spell level 4th or higher, make an... Oh, you make an ability check.
Ring of Dispel. Should I just call it Ring of Dispel?
Yeah, Ring of Counterspell.
Ring of Counterspell.
Dispel magic is a totally different spell.
Yeah.
Of counter magic. Okay. That's dope as shit. Thank you so much. Alrighty.
Yeah, so basically,
Apple?
if you are trying to counter a 4th level spell or higher, you have to make a roll of... Yeah, basically you just have to make a... You'll have to make an ability check.
That's more than
Will involve
fine.
your intelligence.
Oh no, my dump stat. Okay. That's out. Thank you. Asmo puts it on.
Thank you very much. What was your name?
Gloria.
Oh, such a beautiful name. Thank you so
So much. I slide it on my finger beside my other ring. And then Asmo realizes he hasn't used that yet. He just kind of smirks to himself.
Yeah, you have 2 rings that can help you.
Good. I need it. Finding a lot of magical shit. A lot of magic bullshit going on. Asmo just smirks to himself. All right, and Asmo just gestures Daenir.
Daenir, see anything you want?
Is there anything that specifically catches Daenir's eye? Tomes, scrolls, anything like that?
You'd have to tell me what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a book of magic items, but I can't just go like, maybe this thing.
This one!
I didn't know if you had like items already pre-selected to had in stock. What kind of scrolls does she have available today?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All right. 9.
All right. Looks like they've been pretty picked clean through. But you find a couple of scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
You find a scroll of Mage Hand.
Ooh.
Weak little cantrip for you. Scroll of Burning Hands.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll of Shatter. And a scroll of Blindness Deafness.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is Daenir saying those out loud?
Yes.
Ooh, that last one, blindness, deafness, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like that one myself. Do either of you have any interest in these other three?
That last one, mostly. How muchy?
They say to Gloria.
Oh, for that, 200 gold.
Go halvesies on it.
I'm a bit light.
Ah, damn.
Although, he walks over. Daenir will walk over, and he will set his staff onto the counter.
Oh, the one we got?
The one that
The
I got
Staff
from
of
the cave.
Doormen?
Yeah, the Staff of Doormen. This, as you can see, comes from a very, very far away land. Interesting little enchantment on it as well. It's a bit difficult for me to part with it, but I was curious if you would find an interest to such a rare piece.
She runs her hand up and down the staff. It seems to glow with her hand. I'm gonna roll something for her real quick.
I haven't even used this one yet, have you?
You haven't.
Nope.
All right.
I have a basic idea of what it does. I'm just seeing about getting it appraised.
She seems to, like, her face shifts for a moment. If you want to give me a insight check, I'll let you know what the emotion is.
6.
Pain.
You can't quite tell.
Can I?
Go ahead and give me an insight check. I know
Because
you're
I'm also
there.
I'm watching this. 9. Oh.
Yeah, you can't quite read it either. But she looks at it. Would you part with it for 500 gold, perhaps?
I think you can do a little bit better than that. I mean, it's such a rare object. It comes from the southern islands.
Does it now? Do
Oh,
you
is this
know
the
what
one-
it does?
It's silly question. Is this the one you got in the cave, or is this the actual one you've been traveling with?
It's the one I got from the cave.
Oh. Okay.
Indeed, I do. He reaches up. He reaches into his bag. He plucks out the hummingbird and the small metallic hummingbird, and he puts it on top of the staff. He cranks it, and then he shows it. And while the
bird's just kind of flapping there at the tip of the staff.
and he begins to spin his staff between his fingers slowly and carefully, not to hit anything.
And you believe its ability, and you believe this is worth more than 500 gold.
I believe that there's something to it that I haven't come across yet.
And what do you think that that's worth is?
Can I make an investigation check to try to appraise it?
You can
Myself.
make a knowledge arcana.
Okay. 18.
This thing's more powerful than you think it is.
Daenir stops and he looks at it. You know what? Looking at it, I've had a change of heart.
Okay, fine, you've read my bluff. 1,000 gold.
Oh, you don't want to lose it, dude. That's too much money.
He looks over and he looks back at her. He's going to try. He's going to go for it.
He's gonna take the 1,000 gold for this?
No.
Oh.
He's going to try a bluff. He's going to try something even further. No. There's something further in here, and you know it. 10,000.
Oh. Asmo laughs.
Wolfgang looks up from the shit he was looking at and just turns over.
Well, roll persuasion.
18.
I do not have this much.
Then I'll tell you what. I'll keep this shop in mind, and on the way back, and whenever I come back to this town, we'll see what happens.
Very well.
You know, Asmo puts 200 gold down, but seriously, the blindness, deafness one.
It is
Yeah.
yours. Take it.
Thank you. Damn, Daenir. That's freaking awesome.
Then he gives a little bit of a grin.
Well, you hard ass.
He
You can
bows.
negotiate.
My business is concluded here, gentlemen. Would either of you like to take a look at the scrolls and see of your own?
Now I'm broke for the first time ever. Jesus.
Well, first time in a while.
Yeah. Oh, I am.
Well, I kind of wanted to see something for myself, actually.
What can I help you with, handsome stranger?
I was looking to get some things enchanted, actually. Or purchase a means to enchant something.
And what is it that you wish enchanted?
And Wolfgang pulls out a couple of the mithril bullets.
Strange little objects these are. Although, with this metal, yes, they could hold an enchantment quite well.
That's what I
What
was
were you
told.
looking for exactly?
Well, if I only had means to basic enchantments, that'd be fine, but
Do you know how to enchant things? Does your more magically inclined friend over there know?
Daenir, do you know how to enchant things?
No, but eventually I could learn for you, given the right books and the right knowledge.
It is a service that I offer, depending on what you wish done to them.
What does an enchantment do exactly? Does it imbue a spell inside of it?
In the case of these, which I am assuming are to be used as ammunition, I could give them the properties of various elements. I could cause them to do greater damage. I could potentially make them larger or smaller as they are traveling. All I need to know is what you wish, and I will let you know whether I am able and how much it will cost.
Let's talk about the elemental enchantments.
A simple enough matter. What is it you wish to know about them?
Does it imbue it just with a particular element, or does it... Can it hold spells?
Well, I'm not entirely sure how you would use a spell with such a thing so far away from you, but it is not out of the realm of possibilities. They are beyond my power, however. I could imbue them with elemental nature.
That sounds fine by me, until I get a better grasp of this whole thing.
Well, you could always ask the college if they were to see you. I know they have a entire school for enchantment over there.
Hmm.
It was never necessarily my forte.
That sounds like a worthwhile venture. Well, I believe I'll do that then. Thank you very much.
Very well. Thank you for coming to the Bubbling Cauldron. May we meet again. And she smiles and bows towards you as you head out the door.
Daenir leaves, and upon leaving, he just stares at the staff. Then he looks over towards Wolfgang and Asmo.
Something on your mind?
She didn't say no.
I noticed that too. Damn. Sounds
This
like
thing is
she
a
would
lot stronger than I thought.
Yeah, you hold on to that.
I'm going to have to experiment with this thing and see what it does.
Hmm.
All right, now that you've made it back out onto the streets, you're going to make your way to the Manor of the Duke.
Yeah, we head
I
over
suppose
there.
so.
All right. You make your way down the street. There are quite a few people walking around here at night. Mostly of the same ilk that you've been seeing around. Some of them, you see some finely dressed people being escorted by zombies who are carrying large bags of, you're assuming, things that they bought at stores. Some people are having a warm drink outside at a cafe. And as you make your way to the main square, there is a statue in the center depicting Lady Death, as per usual in this town. And at the four corners, there is a large manor, which you know to be the Duke's house. There is what seems to be a temple on the other end. And then there are two buildings that you're not quite sure what they are. Although you see some guards standing outside one, so you think that might be the hub of the constabulary.
Okay.
As you approach the gates of the Duke's Manor, it is a large Gothic estate. Seems to be a manor of sorts. There are black barred gates out front with gargoyles sitting above stone pillars. Make a perception check as you approach.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
6.
22.
10.
Asmo, the gargoyles appear to watch you. Their heads seem to turn as you walk below. They appear to be made out of stone, but their heads turn with you. And if you try to point it out, they look away, and nobody else seems to notice this.
Asmo looks away. They look back. He looks again.
Yeah. Their heads have moved.
Shivers.
Out front, you find a guard. Greetings. What business have you here?
Daenir digs into his robes and he produces the letter. We've been sent by the constable of Steamy Springs to speak to the Duke. And I show the seal.
Brother.
Indeed.
A man steps out from the shadows of the shadows of these really well-kept trees. Somehow there are full foliage trees in this garden that leads to the house. And you know this place never gets any sunlight. And as this man steps out from the shadows, he hands the letter, the guard out front of the gates hands the letter through the gates to this man, and he steps back into the shadows. Wait here for a moment, please.
Of course.
Some time passes as you're looking around, and then you just hear this as the gates open behind the guard. Nobody appeared to open them. They just kind of open on their own. You may proceed inside.
Thank
The
you.
master will see you.
Daenir walks inside.
Here we go.
Asmo walks in, I guess, with Daenir.
As you guys walk through, you're standing on a very nice red brick walkway with a garden to either side of you. The flowers grow on these bushes. They look like black roses. And there are nice leafy trees above you, providing a small canopy above. As you approach the great doors of this large manor. Sorry, what?
Is it still cold?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you approach the great doors of this large manor. They appear to be made out of black slate stone, as dark as the void. And as you approach, they open. And on the inside, there is a very well-dressed butler man with slicked back hair, bowing. Welcome. This way, please. And the inside of this home is decorated very nicely. It's all wood, and it's actually very warm, which is a nice change of pace from everything around you. May I take your coats, sirs?
Yes.
Daenir will allow it.
He holds out his arm, and anybody who wants to give him your coat, he'll take it.
Yeah, Daenir will pass over his cloak and his coat.
All right, he takes your coat. Wolfgang, do you wish to keep your fluffy coat?
I'll put the fluffy coat. I'll give him the fluffy coat, but I'll keep.
You'll keep your undercoat?
My regular trench coat.
And as you hand him your coats, they disappear from his arms. Up the stairs, please. And he walks in front of you, up these grand staircase that seems to be made out of mahogany, and it has a nice crimson red carpet running along it. At the top of the stairs, you find yourself on a upper landing that overlooks the grand entranceway. It looks very similar to the mansion from Resident Evil 1, if I were to give it a description.
Oh, gee. A fun comparison, if there ever was one.
And as he leads you down the hallway of the leftmost wing of the left wing of the manor, he guides you to a sitting room. It's furnished with nice leather chairs. There's a fireplace in the middle, and a large oil painting above it depicting a family of vampires. Seems to be a patriarch with long dark hair, two children, one with shorter dark hair and another one with a very with more luxurious long black hair, and a matriarch that stands next to the patriarch at the top. And she is a beautiful woman, pale, with brown hair, seemed in life to be an elf. The master will summon you when he is ready. And this butler bows.
Before the butler bows, before you go, what can you tell us about him? Or rather, how should we behave ourselves?
He looks back up and looks you dead in the eye. I would proceed very cautiously if I were you, mortals.
Asmo just nods.
And he kind of like Nosferatu slides out the door he came in.
Just like the whole sliding thing.
Yeah.
The room seems very nicely decorated. There's a wet bar over to the side if you wish to get yourself a drink.
Asmo's gonna need it. Asmo just muttering to himself.
Now, you told me a few months ago when I was setting up freaking hit and run jobs on the road that I was going to be in the goddamn north of the Maw. Freaking in a vampire's house. God damn it.
She's shivering to himself. Pours a drink.
Life is strange.
Oh, that very much is true. Trust me, I haven't forgotten yesterday.
Wolfgang will summon Requiem and flip out the chamber to make sure he's got silver bullets in there. And then he'll flip it back out and dissipate it.
So, Daenir, you gonna actually try out your staff now?
Soon, but I feel it would be disrespectful to test arcane objects inside of this man's house.
Oh, not here. I mean, next time we ever find ourselves in combat.
I'm
Curious
getting
to
a
see-
couple ideas, but
Oh, okay.
I do have to say, Asmo,
Yeah.
it makes me. I dislike that you can see them, but it makes me feel like I'm not insane that I'm seeing the same things that you saw. If that makes any sense.
A happy accident, we'll call it.
Oh no, that place is terrifying. But
Yeah.
once you learn how to deal with it and how to get around and not get noticed, it's not as bad as it first seems.
Oh, I somehow doubt that, Daenir.
Asmo, I
yeah.
need you to make a wisdom save.
What? Okay. Natural 20. Double that 20.
Dude.
Baby.
With a nat 20, you felt as though there was a separate presence in your mind for a moment, but you noticed it immediately and then it's gone.
Asmo looks over his shoulder like, what was that?
There's someone here.
The doors at the end of the room, not the ones you came into, but they seem like they lead further into the manor, open up by themselves. On the other side is a dark room. Enter.
Alrighty, boys, let's do this.
Asmo finishes off his whiskey. Just.
It's actually a very nice brandy.
Very
Warms
nice
the
brandy.
blood.
Yay.
Dark vision goes on and Daenir enters.
Does not work.
Fun.
Interesting.
You enter this bubble of darkness, and you hear the doors close behind you. What brings mortals to my home?
We were sent by your brother.
The letter made that clear. But tell me, what is your mission here? What brings you, southerners, this far into the land of the dead?
Did you call it the land of the dead? Did I hear that right?
Yes.
There's been some happenings going on to the south. We've been tasked with but one simple task, and that's to deliver a letter to Mittenracht.
Yes, the note from my brother made clear your wholesome intention. But tell me, mortal, what is stopping me from taking your heads and delivering this letter myself?
That'd be me.
Is that so, Monster Hunter?
Are we still in this bubble of blackness?
Yes.
I'm gonna use the light cantrip.
All right. You illuminate this bubble of darkness and you find yourself in an office. There is a wooden desk in front of you. Nobody seems to be sitting behind it. But you feel the tips of these claws against your throat. Could you stop me now, Monster Hunter? I wonder.
This close? Do you want to find out?
I don't.
You have spirit. Ugh. in undrinkable blood. Tell me, why is it that it is you that must deliver this letter to His Majesty?
We were chosen.
Chosen, yes, but by who? Some dragon? Some foreigner? What rule does she have over this land?
Beats me. I'm just a delivery boy.
Poor messenger. You, serpent.
Asmo,
You've been quiet.
I have been.
The claws that were against your neck seem to fade into mist for a moment. Like you feel like this cool breeze on your neck, and the prickling sensation of the claws no longer there, but you do feel a small trickle of blood drip down your neck.
is that to Asmo?
That's Wolfgang as the claw disappears. Over the desk, the darkness gets dispelled, and you see a man form from some mist. He's a tall, very well-dressed man with long, luxurious black hair. This man is like the most Dracula from Castlevania-looking motherfucker you've ever seen.
Is he killing his boy?
Yeah.
Not as far as you're aware.
Okay.
I have been quiet, and you must be.
Darius Blackthorn.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I asked your butler what best to speak to you, and it's to tread lightly. So.
That is a wise decision.
Oh. Besides, I don't want to die. Not yet.
Then coming here may have been your first mistake.
No, but you're welcome to stay in. I already had a drink. You've been such a kind host. It's not ruin it, Mike. Let's
How
not
are you
ruin.
feeling?
Damn it.
How is Asmo feeling?
I don't know. Roll a con save.
Oh no! But I have a snake. I have poison on my. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just
who
go
says
on.
it's poison?
Nat 1!
Oh, you're
Double
feeling
nat one!
Double nat
Double
one.
nat 1 right after a double nat 20. My, how the coin flips.
Ah,
You're feeling a little
Ooh.
woozy. You're
Ouch.
feeling kind of like you can't gather your words very good.
I feel.
Asmo starts sweating bullets. He's like, "Oh no, did I get poisoned?"
Oh shit.
Asmo falls down onto his butt.
Yeah, you feel dizzy. You feel faint. You feel. Oh my god! Like there's blood rushing to your head.
Ah! Oh god, what did I drink? Ah! Son of a bitch! Ugh.
Some strong ass whiskey. Fine brandy.
Yes, very strong indeed.
One sec. Is Osmo about to vomit?
You just feel real dizzy, man. You don't necessarily feel like you're gonna throw up, but man, you have never felt this drunk. Like you're on the verge of blacking out. I need you to make a con save in order to stop yourself from doing so.
I feel 10.
You're able to keep your consciousness, but man, you're not feeling so hot.
Asmo just holds on to Daenir by the neck.
You're my.
The-
You're so powerful. You should believe in yourself more.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
The constitution of mortals.
Daenir turns his attention back to the Duke. Color me curious. I have a question for you.
Oh, such a bold word for a cat.
As one who focuses on the defense of the arcane and protecting oneself, how long did it take you to get into our minds?
Oh, I merely attempted to figure out what was bringing you here with what I thought to be a little trek into the mind of the one I found weakest, but he seemed a bit stronger.
I'm really tough. He just points. I'm a tough snake.
Sure does seem that way. Here, have a seat. And you feel a chair slam into the back of your knees as he, like, flicks 2 fingers forward.
Ah, whoa, cool. Can't you, like, move to...
I'm impressed. You gave yourself away, though.
How so?
When I spoke to your brother, I never said who sent us on this quest. You referred to a her.
You did not break the seal of the letter he sent, did you? Trust me, I have not been in your mind, kitty cat. But if I wanted to... And he looks you dead in the eyes, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. 7.
You start to feel his will start to overtake you, but then...
Can I
One
just...
sec.
Okay.
You're in this vision, just him and you in this black bubble. But all of a sudden, as he's like standing in front of you, walking towards you, you are but a puppet that I could bend to my will as I see fit, no greater than anyone else. And as he reaches out to touch touch the side of your face, you feel a burning sensation in emanating from your components bag. What is this? And this bright light shines, and then you're snapped back into his office, and he goes flying against the back, like his bookshelf.
Whoa, what happened?
That is not natural.
I reach into my bag, and I grab my gem, and I lift it out, and I hold it aloft.
It is glowing, and it fills you with this immense power. You get a +2 to wisdom bonus for the day.
Okay.
Daenir, Mage Hand.
It doesn't seem to be affecting you negatively. It's not even, like, it's not giving you any feelings whatsoever. It's just protecting you for some reason.
No. I don't feel it's needed right now, Wolfgang. It just protected me from him.
That's good, because those are bad usually.
The the Duke picks himself up and brushes himself off. Quite intriguing. I'll tell you what, mortals. Perhaps I can get you into Mitternacht with official invitation.
Ooh, but I'm waiting. But we have to do something for you, right? That's part of it. Because I figured, because like you didn't kill us right when we walked in, that you wanted to talk. Yeah.
You are smarter than you look, serpent.
Asmo just points and nods, says, mm-hmm. Just nods. Mm-hmm. Asmo kind of like slowly falls on the chair.
The Duke was about to make another comment, then he notices that you fell asleep. Just kind of like looks ashamed of himself for a moment.
I like him better this way.
Yes, well, my brother made mention that you are capable of solving mystery and fixing problems. You see, there's been an issue at the college as of late. The headmaster has not reported in for many days now. And I need somebody to look in on this. Now, I could easily send some of my own, but and none of them seem to return. You, on the other hand, perhaps you will succeed where they have failed.
And in return, you'll get us into Mitternacht.
In return, I will see what I can do. My father has some sway there, but we'll see how far that sway pulls. Either way, let's consider your lives a down payment for this service. You can leave my manor alive, and should you succeed, then we can get you where you need to go.
Your
Does that
brother
sound
is
like
an
a f-
honor. Sorry, go ahead.
Pardon? Does this sound like a fair deal to you, Connolly?
Sounds fair to me. Your brother is an honorable man.
My brother is soft. It is why he works where the mortals live. But in this case, perhaps he is right. Only time will tell, I suppose.
Well, we're not getting his opinion.
Can you,
Daenir?
can you wipe his mouth? I do not wish him to drool on the leather.
I'll
It's
wipe his
important.
mouth.
Thank you.
Wipe me!
No.
And then I
Not-
proceed to.
in fact, hold on. He snaps his fingers, and Asmo, while you're still asleep, you no longer feel dizzy or drunk.
What happened? Holy crap! Asmo just shoots back.
Good morning.
Oh, God.
Should I say good evening? The nomenclature hasn't exactly evolved here.
What happened? I was. Ugh. Some strong ass brandy you got.
Yes, it's quite fortified.
What,
Good for someone of my constitution, but for you, not so much.
It's not. So what did we? Was I right? Does he want something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A couple of his people went missing at the Mage College. Wants us to look into it.
Well, isn't that convenient? Actually, before I go, 2 questions, if I may.
Yes, please.
Do you know anyone with the name of Jimothy?
You speak of the Archmage by name.
Oh.
How presumptuous of you.
A rumor I heard once. Mean nothing by it. And please do not take me saying it to being casual. I was just curious if that was his actual name.
Asmo bows.
Begone. Return when you have completed my quest.
I am so sorry. Is Jimothy the name of the master that the guy was talking about, or is
No,
Jimothy?
that's the Archmage.
That was my fucking notes. That's my notes. Sorry, my bad. I meant to talk about someone else. That's whatever. Okay.
Yeah, you don't know the name of the quote unquote master. The crazy man was Robert was unable to give it to you.
Okay.
Daenir nods. He stows the gem, and he leaves.
Yeah, the door opens behind you. You make your way back down the grand staircase. The doors each open and close in front and behind you when you approach them. And on the ground floor, the butler is waiting for you, holding your coats. Safe travels, mortals.
Thank you very much.
After you take your coats, he bows and disappears. And as you make your way back out onto the streets, you look down the road and you see the Spire rising up towards the back of the city. And we will head there after a break. As you guys make your way down the street towards the spire that is the Mage's College, it starts to loom taller and taller overhead, almost as if like an optical illusion. This sucker is tall. Like, you remember the Whistlebank Spire. This one is equitable in size, but it seems to be dark gray and blue rather than the white and red that the Whistlebank Spire.
Okay, on a scale from... Okay, in comparison to the Renaissance Center in Detroit, how is it that height? We're talking 70 stories?
Oh, man, that's tough. Probably not that tall, but by medieval fantasy standards, pretty goddamn tall.
Okay, cool. Well, Asmo just whistles. That is
Impressive. It snows here all the time. Makes you wonder where they got the rocks for it all.
Conjured them, probably.
Oh, that makes sense. They're all magicians.
Yeah, this actually, you know what? That gives me an idea.
What?
Something to work on.
Oh. Oh, by the way, when he said the land of the dead, he's not wrong. There's so many, like, zombies and ghouls and, like, what I guess are ghouls.
Yeah, as you look around, you keep seeing more and more of these people, although there are starting to be a few more mortals as you approach, and they all seem to be wearing the same sort of blue robe that looks kind of like a long sleeve robe that the part sort of overlaps in a diagonal pattern leading down. Some of them are wearing hats that seem to signify a various level of aptitude with magic. And they robes themselves each have different pins on them or emblems on them indicating what school they are in. These appear to be common issue for those who are studying at the Mage Tower, the College of Wizardry.
the color.
And as you continue forward, you're getting further and further onto this campus. You're starting to see some small living facilities. They don't appear to be large buildings, but there must be some sort of... They're either built underground or there's something magical about them because people seem to be coming and going from them far more than seem like would fit inside these small rectangular bricks that are sticking out of the ground with a door on them.
Ah, bigger on the inside.
Yeah, you're not sure whether they're built underground or whether they're just some magic portal that will lead them somewhere they need to go. Eventually, you find your way to the tower itself, and out front there appears to be a large circular, let's call it like kind of a foyer sort of building.
Okay.
Looks like it's some sort of front office on the inside. Do you wish to enter?
I'm scared. I'm
Yeah,
scared,
should be.
Nick. Last one was vampires. What if it's werewolves?
I mean, you don't know how many of them are around here.
No shit. All right, let's.
Moon's out a lot.
All right, Asmo just like before he goes in, he turns to the guys.
Alrighty. So we're going in. We're gonna go with Mr. White, Mr. Black, and Daenir. Again, writing a book. Sound good? Let's get our story straight, because last time I felt like we didn't.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
That is, if they don't already know.
That's true.
Divination, magic, and all that.
Well, let's try to.
Or the letter.
Yeah, but he knew. I don't know if they know. Besides, we're gonna have to do a job for him and find out where the hell his men went.
Probably died.
I thought I heard something for a second. But anyways.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember which one of these I wanted to click.
Somebody messed with an illusion. Don't worry about it.
All right. All right, Daenir, you take point then.
That was most steps behind Daenir.
That's definitely not it.
All the wizards are just like caveman.
Ooga chugga, ooga chugga.
We
I catch
magic-
fire.
Me, magic men.
As you
Magic man.
enter, you see a slender woman behind the desk. She appears to be pale, definitely a vampire, looks half-elf in nature. Hello. Are we applying, or... And she looks over at Asmo. Can I help you?
Asmo just gestures.
Me. I'm here with him. He's the one coming in.
Who are you gesturing to?
Daenir.
Yes. You seem to actually have some magical aptitude. You do as well, she says, pointing to Wolfgang, though it seems not your own. What is it that I can be of service? Are you looking to enroll?
Enrolling would be rather interesting. I'm interested to learn more about magic. I absolutely find it fascinating.
Yes, those that come here must find magic fascinating, or else why would you dedicate your life to its study, long or short though it may be?
Indeed.
Or, if you wish to enroll, I can provide you the proper paperwork. The Aptitude Test will determine whether or not you are a good fit for this college.
Very well.
I see by your party that perhaps this is not all that brings you here, though. What is it that brings you to our humble establishment?
We've heard tell that your headmaster's gone missing. We wish to look into it.
He has not been heard from in quite some time, yes. Did the Duke send you?
Yes.
He has sent others before you, and they have not returned, though I do believe that is just the test taking its toll on them. You see, those who wish to make it to the headmaster's office must first pass a test, not quite as forgiving as the admission exam.
So with enrolling, do you have to stay at the academy for so long, or are you able to see fit?
I do not understand. You would wish to enroll but not stay to learn. Well,
I
it
wish
is-
to learn, but I do also have other aspects that need to be done.
It is unorthodox, but there have been cases in the past of those who have studied from time to time here. It is up to you, once you have paid your enrollment and passed the test, whether you wish to stay. Of course, most do, because, they wish to learn their craft firsthand from the many experts we have on staff.
And would we have to enroll to take the trial to meet with the headmaster?
No, you just need to be sure enough in your abilities with magic to guarantee yourself an audience with the headmaster.
I see. Is there anything that you would be willing to tell about the trial so that we may prepare ourselves?
Well, it seems you are quite serious about this. You have 3 options for this trial, as not all study the same school, and therefore not all are prepared the same way for any test we might throw at them. There is the test of flesh, which appears to be the most popular, although I will say the most deadly. The test of the mind, which will test your wits and your intelligence. And then there is the test of will, to test your spirit against your deepest machinations of fear.
And if we were to take this test, would it be just one going in, or could myself and my associates also take the test?
As this is an express request from the Duke, I could see to it that all three of you would be tested at the same time, though for the most part it shouldn't matter.
What's the test of flesh exactly?
The test of flesh will test your skills with the more offensive capabilities of magic.
Okay, because it sounded like a sex thing.
No.
Okay, just curious.
She looks at you kind of like with that dead eye of a middle school vice principal.
Oh no! They didn't want that
Basically-
job.
They didn't.
Basically, test your body, test your mind, or test your spirit.
Yes, quite. Is there a particular test you three wish to partake in?
Tell you what, give us a few minutes, let us converse over this, and we'll let you know what we choose.
Very well.
Goddamn. Sounds like my ring's gonna get some work. He's gonna get a workout today.
All right. So, and Daenir will walk over a little bit of ways so that they can huddle up and talk. All right. So the test of flesh, I suspect, is just going to be straight up combat. So it's, do we feel good about combat? Do we feel good about puzzles and things like that? Or do we feel good about facing our own worst fears?
Hard to say. Puzzles aren't exactly my bag. More yours.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Fighting and combat's more my strong suit. They say it's one of the more deadly ones, so that's fun. One of us could take one of us could take each test.
Asmo smirks.
But we probably don't want to do that.
No. If we each take a test, more than likely one or more of us aren't coming back.
That's true. Probably ought to do this together.
I would agree with that.
All right.
As for me, I'm not drawn to or opposed to any of the three tests. I just want to get in there.
What makes me fearful is the test of the spirit makes me worried that we might come across enchantment magic or charms. So would we
Slowly looks to Asmo.
He does have a stopgap against such a thing now.
Yeah. But his track record ain't great.
Thanks.
He made a wisdom save earlier.
It's true. It all
Really?
came to fruition.
Really heckin' good.
Heckin'
And then immediately
good.
failed a different save.
Yeah, one that he's actually really good at.
Yeah, I know. It's like life. Finds a way.
Oh no.
Personally, I would say either spirit or flesh.
Flesh sounds like the most reasonable and straightforward.
Yeah. Most deadly, so here's hoping we live to tell the tale. All right.
All right, let's do this. Daenir will move back up to the counter.
Have you made your decision, gentlemen?
Indeed, we have elected to take the test of flesh.
Well, the three others took this test today, and I dare say 2 of them did not make it, so let's see if we can shift the odds in the favor of the living. Very well. I shall make it known if this is your decision.
look over towards Asmo and Wolfgang for one final option before we confirm it and lock it in.
Let's get it on.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Very well. Now, what school of magic is it that you are most proficient in, sir?
Abjuration.
The defensive. No wonder you would choose such a test. I see. And you have no magic of your own, though I do see on you quite a few artifacts. I guess I shall list you as of the school of enchantment, then, for lack of anything better.
Saying that to Asmo.
Yes.
Asmo just kind of nods.
Okay.
It
I'm
is
an
you
enchantment.
who I am most curious about, sir. What shall I label you as? You seem to possess that of an evoker, possibly a conjurer, but I cannot pin down your exact school. You seem almost clerical.
Let's just chalk it under evocation.
Very well. Evocation it is. One evoker, one enchanter, and one abjurer for the test of flesh. You see her writing on this silver scroll, and as she strokes her quill across it, letters seem to appear in various colors. They seem to shift as she is writing in a prismatic spectrum. She then slips the note into a box by her side, and a portal opens next to you.
Whoa.
Next step, 15th floor. Watch your step, sirs. And if you should pass here, should we make contact with anybody in your regards? And what would you like done with your flesh and bones?
No, and incinerated.
A shame. Very well. You, sirs?
What was Jamat's last name?
Atson.
If something should happen in there, inform Jamat Atson and have my remains sent to Amberglade.
Amberglade. Where is Amberglade?
Down south.
South. Relatives across the Maw. Quite interesting. That will be new. I will see what we can do about that. And you, sir, your flesh and bones would go to waste if we were to just incinerate them. What should we do with you? She says, pointing to you, Asmo.
Asmo's just not even looking at it. Asmo's just like scoffing to himself.
Have me stuffed and put me in a classroom to scare children.
Wonderful. She writes it down. Please sign here. And she shifts a contract towards you.
Oh my god. Feeling really confident about this test, aren't you?
It is a precaution.
In your signs.
How do each of you sign? Asmo, Wolfgang.
I write Asmo.
Okay.
Daenir.
And Wolfgang?
Wolfgang.
Okay. Do you use your last name as well?
Sure.
No.
Okay. You feel nothing as you write out your names. And she takes the contract and slides it into the same box. And that portal now glows white, and you can see on the other side a stone room. Proceed.
Here we go.
Asmo steps through.
Step through.
You step
Steps
in. You're
through.
in the center of a circular stone room. There does not appear to be any exits or entrance, no doors, no windows, no nothing. But the room is very well lit despite there being no natural light sources or even any open flames that you can see. No torches, no nothing. The place just seems lit from some unseen source. and you see a man in here. As the portal closes, he stands behind you on the opposite side of the portal. He is dressed in a gray robe. He has a long beard. You have decided to take the test of flesh. 3 at once. Perhaps you will survive. Very interesting. So, I shall bring forth your challenger. You are in a bit of luck. He seems a tad weary from the previous combatant.
Did the previous one pass?
He moved forward, yes, though it is with some degree of effort that it was made. You actually see a couple of bodies in the back of the room behind this man. I still need to get rid of those, but you have... I wish to do all at once if necessary. So, please, do your best. And he brings out from his cloak what looks to be a golden lamp, like Arabian style.
What?
It begins to glow as he chants around it and rubs it. A wind begins to pick up through this room heavily. Like, you feel like your clothes just flapping in the wind. And I actually need you each to make a strength and athletics check to hold your ground as this wind picks up and this man's voice begins to carry deeper and deeper as the wind rumbles.
Oh, good.
Natural one!
My best stat. I'm gonna let the numbers generator reset a little bit, and okay.
All of you are
Wow.
knocked on your ass. Asmo, you take 3 damage from it
No. Ow, my ass!
as you fall, unfortunately, onto one of your daggers.
Shit, I just cut my ass!
Then, as the wind sort of begins to dissipate, standing in front of you, you see a man with blue flesh, a turban, and his legs, where his legs would be, you see a whirlwind. You are standing in front of a mighty djinn, and when you turn to find the man who summoned him, he has disappeared. The corpses are still in the corner. They are not on the map because I did not add them. And I want you, this djinn that stands before you, he seems a little winded, actually, and is actually still kind of like wiping blood. Oh, for fuck's sake, who could? 3! Oh. You feel the wind pick up more, and I need you to, I need you to roll initiative for yourself. This guy gets initiative because he is the only one standing right now.
20.
17.
7.
All right, let me put you guys in order as I kick up some music.
10,000 years, I gave you such a crick in the neck.
Okay. I was gonna say, Nick, can you please play this as Robin Williams for the entirety of this?
I would do such a bad impression that I feel like he would turn in his grave.
Oh. Tiny little bit living space.
There we go. That'll work. All right, let me place you guys in a row here. All right. The being kicks up a mighty gust of wind as in his hands materialize 2 scimitars.
Oh!
I shall make this quick and return home.
Here's hoping.
And he makes a mad, this gust of wind points behind him as he makes a mad dash for you, Asmo.
I brace.
Does an 18 hit you?
Oh, yes, just barely.
All right. You take 6 damage as he comes down with another scimitar. Will a 16 hit you?
No.
All right, and as he brings down the second scimitar, you manage to move your head out of the way as the first one sunk itself into your side. But then, with the fury of a whirlwind, that scimitar comes back out and whips around with a 21 to hit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that hits.
Another 9 damage.
Oh,
as
my
the scimitar
God.
sinks itself into your thigh and slices out.
Ah!
And it is now your turn.
Son of...
Okay. I'm bonus actions activate my second wind and to get 13 health back.
All
Or
right.
no, actually, is that 15? No, yeah. I second wind.
It clicked the ability.
A D10 plus. Oh yeah, that is 1d10 plus your fighter level.
All right, so roll a d10 and then add your fighter level to it, and you get...
All right, thank God it's 5. 7 plus 5 is 12.
All right, you get 12 hit points back after
Yay.
the scimitars sunk themselves into you.
That all you got, you son of a bitch? Asmo pulls out his it pulls out Fire Ant first.
All right.
And Asmo attacks with Fire Ant. 25.
That'll hit.
Fire damage, please. 8.
All right, 8 fire damage to this man.
Asmo then grabs his short sword. 15.
All right, as Fire Ant sinks itself in, that whirlwind in his legs begins to spit out fire, and it's enough to like make you kind of wince back, and you miss your short sword attack.
All right. I'm not done though, because I got 3 attacks, baby.
You used your bonus attack to use second wind.
It
so-
says bonus action,
Or
actually.
bonus action, yeah. You used your bonus action, which would be your...
Oh, right.
Right.
yeah,
That's
so
right.
you get 2 attacks with that case.
Yeah.
And you used them.
Real fast, could you turn down the music a little bit, by the way, Nick?
Yes, I will turn down the music. I am sorry.
I know worries. Just, Osmo would like to rage.
Can't rage,
Yeah,
but I'll
ye-
allow you to use your movement to get up and use the... you can stand up.
Asmo does a kip up.
All right. Daenir, it is your move.
Daenir stands up. He moves 15 feet back at a diagonal, and he casts Mage Armor. AC has increased to 16.
Okay.
That is
Is
my
that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. Wolfgang.
Daenir, where are you going? Oh, God. Daenir just ran away, it looks like, to Asmo.
Oh, boy. This is spooky.
How do I do this?
Magic must defeat magic.
I know, but I'm trying to.
You might Wi-Fi Sao. Like,
All right. Do I use my full movement to get up?
You use half of it, I believe, is the rule. So you got 15 feet of move.
All right. Well, I am going to. Wolfgang is going to summon a glowing golden orb of glowing energy, and I'm going to cast Reverse Magic Circle on the genie.
Ooh, click that for me. I want to read that.
oh, my.
10-foot radius, 20-foot cylinder of magical energy centered on a visible point on the ground appears. Choose one or more of the following types of creatures: celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. The circle affects a creature of the chosen type in the following ways.
I
Creature
choose
can't
elemental.
Okay, fair enough. Creature can't willingly enter the cylinder by non-magical means. If the creature tries to teleport or use interplanar travel, it must succeed a charisma save. Creature has disadvantage on attacks against targets in the cylinder. Okay. So draw on the map for me where you want this cylinder placed.
And I'm going to reverse it, so I'm going to wrap the circle around the djinn, and he can't leave it.
Okay.
That's a hell of a... Oh, man, that's so handy.
Operate the reverse direction.
How do I
You
shape?
should be able to use the If you can't use the
I'll
drawing
do,
tool,
I'll do freehand. I'm going to say it goes 10 feet away from me, and it is. I'm not sure that's correct.
10-foot radius. Yeah, seems about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Just boom, right there.
Yeah,
Boom!
you got a glowing circle of golden energy appears on the ground. The djinn looks. Oh, this bullshit again! All right, and is that your turn?
Simbanya. No, I'm going to move. I'm going to move 15 feet this way, and then I'll have my turn.
But like, when you run, do you hold your hat?
No, it stays on through real cool.
Interesting.
All right. So it has disadvantage on targets in the cylinder, so it does not on targets outside of the cylinder.
It's reversed, so now that he's in the cylinder, he has
Oh, okay.
disadvantage on attacks against things outside of the cylinder.
Interesting.
How do you cast it as reverse?
It says at the bottom.
You can reverse it.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, that's neat. Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, either way, he's going to take his scimitar, and while you're still there, Asmo, take another swipe at you with disadvantage.
Oh, I pray.
23 will still hit, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes.
Rolled a 16 and a 15. Actually, no, that would have been a 24. That's 10 damage.
Oh boy.
Second scimitar at disadvantage. A 10 will miss you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, a 14 will miss you.
Yes, it will.
And then coming in with a third scimitar as you duck that one. Does a 17 hit you?
That is my exact armor class.
All right, that hits.
Oh!
And you take an additional 9 damage as another one sinks its way into, like, it cracks you right in the ribs where your armor seems to hold it off, but man. Oh, wait, it also has secondary lightning damage.
Thought Bully the Snake. Oh god, what?
An additional 4 lightning damage from the scimitar. I forgot to
4?
add those the last couple of times they hit.
Oh my god, so how much damage did I just take then?
You
11?
took the 9 plus the 4 plus the 10.
4. So then now I'm down. Oh my god. Ah!
The test of the flesh is a tough one.
Maybe we should have done the intelligence one!
Maybe you should have. The djinn says, staring you in the eyes.
This isn't looking good.
Asmo, it is your turn.
Asmo just thinks to himself, this isn't looking good. Fuck it. Asmo reaches into his bag while holding off the djinn with his one sword and grabs the secret potion he bought from the man.
Okay.
The old man who's like, you want my secret potion? It might work. Fuck it, why not?
The man.
All right.
Oh my god. Asmo just pops it and just drinks it.
What are you expecting to happen?
I have no idea. Hopefully healing.
Okay. Roll me a d100.
Oh no! Did you?
Uh-oh.
You swallowed a wild magic potion? Are you kidding?
Oh, this is gonna
33!
be fun.
All right. Let's
Oh,
see
no.
what that comes up with.
You rolled your head explode.
You're thinking to yourself, oh man, this better be a healing potion. And as you drink it, your mouth begins to tingle. And all of a sudden, you start to feel a little queasy. And then you start to feel this burning sensation. And as you feel this feeling just erupting from within you, I want you to roll 2d6 and then... Or, I'm sorry, 3d6.
Okay. 9.
As you open your mouth, a torrent of liquid, hot, burning bile shoots up from your stomach. and you take 9 acid damage to your mouth, but it also sprays all over this gin.
It's good stuff.
Man, he throws up a lot.
Dragon's breath.
And it's like bubbling and boiling. This hurts coming out.
Oh, okay, so that did 9 damage to me. What does that do to him?
Did the exact same.
That wasn't worth it. Okay. All right, and Asmo then just takes advantage of this, essentially. And Asmo swings down with the fire ant again. 14 does not work.
14 will miss, I am afraid.
And fuck it, I'm just gonna try and go for... Yeah, one more swing from the short sword. 17.
That matches, that'll hit.
10 piercing.
All right, I'm going to allow this despite using that potion should have been an action, but I'll be kind. This guy's not easy.
Okay, so that's 2 attacks. So pretty much I got my 2 attacks then.
Yeah, you got your attacks in. Well, you got the one that hit.
It's pretty tough.
Daenir, it is your turn.
All right, so Daenir is going to move over here.
Yeah, this guy has as you're looking at this guy, he looks incredibly upset with a short sword jabbed into his nipple and vomit just dripping off of his beard. He's just looking very angry at Asmo right now.
Oh, boy.
Daenir utters a few words, fire bursting from his hands. He gives almost a sadistic grin. Let's see how you like some fire. And he casts Scorching Ray, firing 3 bursts of intense fire at the djinn.
All right, as the bolts let loose, roll to hit.
19.
That one will hit. Roll the damage.
Okay. That is 6 damage from the first one.
6 damage. Second one was a 13. That will not hit.
And the third one coming up is a 19.
That will also hit.
7 damage.
All right. As the fire impacts, his beard begins to get singed, and Asmo, you smell the smell of baking vomit. And the little plume at the top of his hat it looks like a candle. And like his eyes shift over to you, Daenir.
Gotta admit, I like that look.
Wolfgang, your move.
All right. I'm going to... This is going to be weird, because I think I'll need the brush again.
Oh.
But Wolfgang...
Is this circle a concentration spell?
It is not.
Oh, wow.
Of all spells, you think that one would be, right?
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, you'd think. It's weird. So anyway, Wolfgang, remembering the spell that the Jester of Bordeaux used, he'd been thinking about it for a long time, and he concentrates, and he gathers his energy on a single point, and he rips as reality shatters as I cast Halls of Heaven.
Halls of Heaven, the Hunger of Hadar homebrew that we have added that changes the damage types.
Yep, and I'm going to center it.
Ooh, and he's trapped in that circle. Wow.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. Wombo combo.
We will defeat you, Shaq. Green eggs and ham it.
Man, I wish I could just... Nope. That won't it. That ain't it.
Fucking dragon.
I wonder if I can make it grow. Hold on.
Make my circle grow. It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I was doing it at TFS on the table the other day. Let's see. Yeah, I just need to move it a little further.
TFS
up,
on the
I'm
table
guessing you
is-
don't want Asmo in it.
Yeah, I don't want Asmo in it. I want it to be... There we go.
All right.
TFS on the table is actually our porn subsidiary.
TFS on the table. We're no longer at. We're on.
TFS over
in
the
the
table.
table. That's the deep shit.
TFS over the table.
Ooh. Now you're
about
speaking my
TFS?
language.
What about under the table?
That's
That's
shady.
Kaiser spinoff. All right. Well, this guy is not happy to be in here. Go ahead and roll your 2d6 radiant damage as he begins his turn in this space.
That's 4.
Not great, but you know what? For a guy that can't get out, he is... By the way, all of you see as this sphere of blinding white light erupts around this man. Well, Jin. He's like, what the And you can't hear him. As you hear from the inside, basically the sound of... It's just radiating out like this constant fluctuating hum of what sounds like choral singing.
It's like the boss rush room in Devil May Cry 3.
Yes.
Okay. Like hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Probably not that energetic.
Okay. Down tempo, sad version. Hallelujah.
All right. He is going to attempt to teleport, which is a charisma save, yes?
Yep, he needs to make a charisma save.
DC 14 or 15 for you?
15.
Okay, DC 15.
And none of us can see him, right?
Yeah, no, nobody can see through this. Well, he doesn't seem to appear anywhere. And so with that, God, I'm not sure what to do because he can't see. But he still thinks Asmo is there. I don't think there's a double disadvantage roll, so...
Probably not.
Yeah.
Why can't we have it?
I mean...
A 19 will hit you, right, Asmo?
No! Do double! I like that, though.
I tried. I tried, Asmo. That's just
fuck! Oh, God, I'm about to get my ass... Yeah, it hits me.
Oh, I didn't get my bonus. I didn't get my bonus action, by the way.
Oh, what would you like to do for your bonus action?
I would like to heal Asmo.
Yes!
Okay. Go ahead and give him your, which version of healing is this?
I don't think either of them are touch. So I think I will use Healing Light. Where did Healing Light go? There it is. Again. I'll spend 2 of my dice.
Okay, go ahead and roll your die.
I think that was D6s. Yes.
Yay.
You heal 7 points.
Asmo, you feel 7 points of damage. You feel this glowing, reassuring feeling all around you as some of your wounds stitch together. And you feel almost calm for a second as this warm light glows over you with its wonderful singing as a scimitar sticks out of it and shoves you in the gut for 9 damage. And then as it is in there, you take another 4 in electricity.
Oh, jeez, I just knocked out my headset. 1 second.
Oof.
And as you are recovering from the electric damage, you see another blade swing out, but this time you're ready for it and you dodged out of the way. And you're not sure where they're coming from anymore. But you're able to, with blind, furious swings, as you take a small lean back, the blade swings out and it misses you a second time. Daenir, it is your turn.
Okay.
I will say, since he is in there, any attacks on him will also be with disadvantage since you cannot see him.
Okay. I have an idea. I would like to cast Magic Missile, please.
Oh,
That'll
he needs
work.
to make he needs to make a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw.
that's right.
Yeah, he's got to do the dex.
Let's see.
That's 15 as well.
He fails.
All right, he takes 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, as you hear from inside the sound of...
My beer! He takes 8 fire damage.
Whoosh.
Bravo.
All right.
All right, Daenir, go ahead and roll your magic missile damage as... at your level, is it 3 or 4 bolts going out there?
I am going to send 4 bolts. I'm casting it at level 2.
Okay.
I could send 5, but I'm going to send 4.
All right, casting at level 2, you send 4 bolts into this sphere.
14 damage.
Damn.
Doesn't sound too happy, does he? You know, you can submit, and we'll make this stop.
Did I?
I don't think he can hear us.
Also, by the way, did I not get my turn?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm
Asmo,
sorry.
since he can't see me, can I disengage without taking damage, please?
You can disengage as an action, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Admo just backs the fuck up a good 15 feet and slides. And Asmo pops out one of his one potion of healing. Not minor,
All right.
but like
one thing you notice as you are looking to as you're swapping that one bottle back in, after you corked it, the bottle seems to be refilling. This time with the yellow ichor.
Oh my. And it's not refilled though.
No, it looks like there's a small drip coming out of the cork on the top.
Oh my. Okay then, interesting to notice. Something for later. I drink the potion of healing.
All right. Go ahead and roll your, I think it's 2d4.
Is that minor or regular? Because I have 3 minor and 1 regular potion of healing that I've been saving.
What is regular? I think that's just cure moderate wounds, is it?
I'm saying happy birthday. No.
Sorry, I should probably have all these things written out properly.
No worries, dude. Reusable random chance potion. This will be fun. 2d4 plus 2, someone says, so
2d4
I'll go.
plus 2, go for it.
All right, let's do that then. 2d4 plus 2. 5.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. Can I leave for like 1 minute?
Yeah, sure, we can take a small pause.
All right, I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Whose birthday was it?
It was my dad's.
Aw.
Happy birthday to your dad!
He's 67.
Oh, wow.
Oh, your dad and my dad are like the same
one
age.
little clerical error that we kind of missed here. That magic circle takes 1 minute to cast.
Oh shit!
So I think what we're going to do here is say that it's going to fade at the end of your.
No, that's
turn.
fair. I completely missed that. I'm so not
It's
used
okay,
to
I missed it too.
I'm
No
not
worries.
used to spells that have more than one action casting time.
All right, well,
Shit,
it is
that's my
currently
bad.
your turn, and you can feel the magic circle kind of dissipating. You're not sure whether it is the halls of heaven or whether it is just some weird attunement, but it's definitely slipping your grasp.
Need to practice that one. All right, fine. And I'm going to... Let's see. He's still in there as far as I know, and he shouldn't have left the circle since then, but
Yeah, you haven't seen him appear outside of the circle at the very least.
I'm going to fire some Eldritch Blasts in there randomly.
All right, at disadvantage.
Yep, vaguely his direction. 20 or 19.
That'll hit.
It's 2 force damage.
You feel like you got something with it.
I'll
Go
aim there.
Go ahead and fire another one.
Here I go again on my own. 11.
This one seems to have no impact. And in fact, you see it fly through the circle, and you hear it crack off the wall in the back.
Well, that's all I had.
All right, roll your 2d6 as he starts his turn in there.
Five radiant.
You see a man on fire roaring out of this sphere. Scimitars akimbo as he takes a huge swipe at you.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Will a 15 hit you?
It will.
All right. That is 12 damage
Oof.
Oof.
as he makes another swing at you. A modified 20 will certainly hit.
Yep.
You take 9 damage and 4 electric damage. And he makes a third swing at you as you are getting brutalized by this blender of a genie.
Blimey.
A 14. Does that hit you?
That is my armor class.
Oh my god.
Ooh, rolled double ones though, so that's only 7 damage. And then
7 damage.
yeah, 7 damage, and then 3 electric damage. As these scimitars are just slicing at you, left, right, upside the face, the ribs, the leg, and you're just getting electric shocks with each one.
Wolfgang lurches forward, looks the Jinn in the eye, and he's like, "That's fair. That's fair enough." And he falls face forward.
Are you knocked
I'm down.
out?
I'm unconscious.
Oh shit.
The test of flesh is no joke for mortals. All right, Asmo, it is your turn. This Jinn looks like he is at his fucking limit, though.
Oh, he does he? If that's the case, Asmo is going to activate an ability. 1 second, let me try and... Where is he? I am going to activate Action Surge.
All right. You push yourself beyond your normal limits, plus Ultra!
Yeah, pretty much. I'm plus ultraing. Asmo just sits up, cracks his neck, pulls out both of his fucking short swords. Not even like he puts away the dagger. He's going full short. He just has his short sword out and just runs right at the Jinn. Smashes into his side and starts swinging as hard as he can. Ah! Natural 20!
Natural 20 will definitely hit.
7 plus 1, 8 Oh man, that's not...
Yeah, not the greatest crit, but you definitely get a meaty chunk as you stab this thing into the back of the man's neck.
Action Surge allows 4 attacks. Yeah, but I had to use one of my actions for movement, so I only get 3 attacks, right?
Movement action is different. Let's see, on your turn, you can take 1 additional action on top of your regular action and possible bonus action. So you get, I think, 3 attacks and a bonus attack with your offhand.
Holy
shit. 4 attacks.
14, miss.
That is a miss.
Natural 20 again.
Jesus.
Shit.
Okay, take it.
5 plus 3.
8 damage as you take another meaty chunk, this time right in between the ribs. You feel like if this were a normal person, you would have gotten him right in the heart.
And 1 more swing with the short sword. 16.
16 will just miss. 1,
Yes.
2.
Sad that he's happy that his hits hit hard, but he wanted to hit all 4. Oh,
His body seems to morph as it turns toward, like, his body, like, folds, and then his face is facing you. You can see he's kind of at his, he's at his very limit here. And Daenir, it is your turn.
Daenir reaches into his bag. He pulls
Finish
out a
him!
scroll. Haven't you heard, Wolfgang? You're a hero, and heroes never die. He casts Healing Word.
Wolfgang
It's a
cannot
5-foot
reply.
adjust.
Wolfgang cannot reply. Wolfgang is dead.
Wolfgang is on the ground.
Yeah, go ahead and cast Healing Word on Wolfgang.
That's let me see. Healing Word is what, a D4? D4
I believe
plus
it's 1d4 plus intelligence.
Okay.
Oh, apparently everyone's screaming at me. They have 1 more attack, apparently.
You used 4 of them.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
1, 2, 3, and then bonus.
5. So Wolfgang gets 5 hit points back, and since that was his bonus action, Daenir is still able to cast a spell if it is a cantrip, and he's going to use Firebolt at the Jinn.
Wolfgang, before you awaken, you find yourself once again in that long hall of light. And at the very end, you see a dark blob slowly but surely moving forward towards you. It doesn't seem to have a shape. And as your eyes are focusing, trying to focus in on this shape, you snap awake and you're at the foot of this Jinn again. And you feel...
Akase. Where am I? Oh.
You see Asmo with like swords buried deep in this man. And Daenir, go ahead and use your action.
All right. With his action, Daenir's going to cast Firebolt with a 15.
15 will miss. The wind picks up and it just sort of sweeps it away into that ball of light. Oh, which also disappears as Wolfgang fell unconscious.
Here's your chance, Wolfgang. Get him.
All right, Wolfgang, you're at the foot of this djinn, who is focused right now on Asmo and Daenir. You can make one attack with a +2 to hit, as I would consider this flanking. It's not technically flanking, but...
All right.
Or you can do whatever you want with your action. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
Wolfgang is going to get to his feet, his white coat stained with his own blood.
Again.
Can't think of anything, Woody. Just die. I pull out Requiem and I fire.
Yeah, you point blank to his head. Go ahead and pull that trigger.
13.
14, 15. That's going to miss.
All right. I have Thirsting Blade. I attack again.
All right, do it. Uh, 16's going to miss as well, unfortunately.
Fuck.
Bang, bang! As the wind seems to pick up even harder than before.
You should have stayed on the ground.
His face turns towards you.
Yeah, what the fuck ever. And I pop the rest of my healing light uses.
Go ahead.
Heal yourself.
I heal
Oh,
16
nice.
points.
You glow with a radiant energy as a scimitar sinks its way into your neck.
Oh, that's...
Dealing 10 damage as it sinks in, plus an additional 6 electric damage, undoing all of that. A second scimitar does not connect.
Oh.
Neither does the third, as you have kind of slipped back. Asmo, your move.
Can I... No, as a free... Am I able to reposition myself behind him because he's locked up right now?
With your move action, yes. While you're still in combat, as long as you don't move away from him, you won't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I just want to get behind him, actually. I just want to... I want a Dark Souls roll.
All right, you roll, and you are directly behind him.
Alrighty. And so that... No, flanking gives me what in combat again? I'm trying to
We're
remember.
homebrewing it that it's +2 to hit.
Perfect. And Asmo? I get 2 attacks in because I moved, right?
Yes. You get your attack, your extra attack, and then a bonus attack with your offhand weapon.
Okay, because instead I'm going to do this. I take Fire Ant. Natural 20.
Jesus. Okay,
Right
roll it.
Right
That's
into his
3
head.
3 nat
7
20s
plus
in
6,
one fight.
fire.
Fuck. Okay. Wolfgang, as this man's about to come at you with another scimitar, you can see your life flashing before your eyes. Once again, a blade of fire sticks out of his mouth. And his head engulfs in flames. You feel a hot wind sweep through the room as the djinn dissipates, leaving only a lamp. Ting, 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 ting.
I now have a new worst fear, and that's fighting him again. So,
Asmo just falls back with the knife in his hand. Bang!
Just taking ragged breaths.
The cloaked man appears before you, seems to step out of thin air. You have passed. Very well. You may
Asmo just does a thumbs up.
And a portal, very similar to the one you came through to get here, opens in the room behind Daenir. On the other side of this room appears to be a office, a very nicely decorated office with many scrolls and wands and staffs stacked on the wall. There's lots of papers on the wall. There's a telescope that seems to look out a large observatory. It's a massive telescope, too. Like one of those comedically sized Futurama-style telescopes.
Asmo, is the lamp still on the ground?
Yeah.
Asmo picks it up.
The man seems to do nothing about it. It is a golden lamp. There appears to be etchings on it of a language that you don't seem to understand.
I do seem to understand it.
You don't. Yeah, this is something that is written in a language that you've never seen before.
Okay, Asmo just holds it up. I've taken this lamp. And Asmo just walks away.
The bearded man bows. As you will.
Is that elemental dead?
It is wherever it goes.
Is there anything left behind besides the lamp?
Just the lamp.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Wolfgang will use his healing hands on himself as well.
All right, go ahead and roll that as you're stepping through the portal into the nicely furnished office.
It's not a roll. I gain hit points equal to my level. So I gain 5 hit points back.
All right, you stabilize yourself. You've stopped your bleeding, although the wounds are still kind of fresh. They are not seeping blood anymore. And as you step into this office, you see a tall, bald man in a black robe. Seems to be very reminiscent of the blue robes downstairs, but this one is ornate with gold markings all about it that seem to depict many schools of magic. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Who are you?
You come all this way, you take the test, and you do not know my name?
I lost a lot of blood.
Clearly. Go help yourself. He kind of points over to a there's several potions sitting on a desk off to the side.
Yeah, Wolfgang goes over.
Yeah, you're able to slake enough of your thirst, like you can go back to full HP. There are potions everywhere in here of healing.
Asmo's just like drinking, like just looks over.
Is your name Francis?
Yes.
Ah.
Headmaster of this fine establishment, but tell me, what brings you? I have not had visitors in some time.
That's probably because your test is a little bit, difficult, I'll say.
Yes, it seems that it took 3 to pass.
Might want to scale it back a little bit.
Why would I do that? The test is a mere trifle to those who are worthy of being here.
Man. Okay.
We're here because of your servant. He came to us as
My
well.
servant?
What?
Yes. As well, you have been reported missing for quite some time.
Have I now?
Indeed.
Well, here I am.
The question is, why has so many been reporting you as missing, not checking in?
Perhaps I just wish to find solitude for a moment.
Perhaps.
Gotta be
I'm
better
not some
ways.
dog to be stuck on a leash, after all. I'm the headmaster of this fine school of wizards.
As headmaster, don't you have a responsibility to let people know where you are?
I have responsibility to make sure that this establishment is running, and it is running. Now, is that truly all that brings you here? Just wanting to see if I'm okay? You faced life and limb to get to this office to do a welfare check on me.
What? Asmo just turns.
Have you ever heard of the Bleeding God?
Why do you ask?
Because we keep hearing about him.
So you came here seeking information on a bleeding god? Well, there are
Yeah.
many tomes within our libraries that you could peruse. I am not some fortune teller for which to acquire information from those who just so happen to make it here. This is a test to prove your worthiness to enter the capital, and, well, congratulations, but I'm afraid it will not be enough for you.
Insight.
Go ahead.
11.
Something is definitely off about this man. Something sticks in your mind, actually. Something about the number of people that have taken the test recently.
Mm-hmm. What happened to the last man that passed this trial? One other came through today.
Did he now?
Yes.
Well, I'm the only one here, and I'm the only one that's been here for some time.
Daenir will look over towards Wolfgang and Asmo.
Yeah, what are you guys doing right now?
Asmo's just staring at the guy. I'm looking him up and down. The number of people. That was 3, correct? Out of character?
There were 2 bodies in that room.
There's a body missing.
There's a body missing outside. There were 2 dead bodies in the corner in there, and
Bodies
Yeah.
tend to turn up.
do they now?
Yes, they do.
If you're the headmaster, shouldn't you be congratulating us on us passing your test?
And I did. I said congratulations. I also said it would not be enough, for this is a test for 1, and I see 3.
And yet the last test I went through also had 3.
Yeah.
If it was but a test for 1, the receptionist would have told us straight up that it was a test for 1, but she allowed 3. The previous test also had 3.
There must have been some sort of special arrangement made for you, gentlemen. You said you were sent by the Duke, yes?
No, we didn't say that at all.
Out of character, we didn't say that, right?
We said it to the receptionist,
Yeah, we
but
said
she
it to the
thinks he's missing.
We didn't
Space.
say.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Oh, no, not at all. Go for it, dude.
No, you say what you're going to say.
We didn't say that at all. We told the receptionist that. And she says you've been missing, so I'm calling bullshit. Mr. Headmaster.
He turns towards you and you start to see a smile crawl across his face. Foiled, I suppose.
No.
And as his smile grows into a wide black grin, his eyes sink in and turn black. His face turns pale and takes on a porcelain texture as the rest of his body morphs into the Jester of Bordeaux. We meet again, I see. Oh, I am so terribly poor at charades, but it was fun, wasn't it? So, why are you here then? You seek information on your cult, right?
We suspect that the Archmage, or we suspect that the leader of this particular is the source of the gems emanating through the region.
The source of the gems, how adorable. There is only one source to these gems, but this man, he clearly has more than enough. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any here. None that I could see. Many secrets he has, yes. Perhaps filing through his writings will give you a better clue.
What are you looking for?
Answers the same as you.
What did you do with the headmaster?
Nothing yet. There
Where
was
is
nobody
he?
here when I got in. And then I heard that portal open and thought, maybe those that follow will provide me the information I seek.
Did you pass the test as well, or did you sneak it another way?
Oh, the djinn. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Well, clearly you made it past him.
Easy enough.
Indeed.
A man came to us. A man with knives for fingers.
Interesting. Was it this Robert I've read about?
I've read about him.
A student of this fine establishment, apparently. You see,
Here.
I've been doing my research on this cult for some time, and I too believe the headmaster might be involved.
Do you think the master of the cult is the headmaster?
Impossible. But in my investigation, well, he wasn't here. And now I must begin my search anew.
Asmo turns to look at Wolfgang, and Wolfgang's been silent this entire time.
Were
What's the
you
matter?
in Cold Reach?
Cold Reach. Yes. Yes, I was. I passed through there some time ago.
Did you kill a man named... It was Miguel, right?
Magnus. Miguel is the
Mag-
living one.
Right. Did you kill a man named Magnus?
I've killed many men. Which one was he?
I give him Magnus's description.
Yes, a capable man. Not capable enough.
Wolfgang's going to draw Requiem.
Ooh! He kind of waves his hands in front of his face.
Just slowly walking forward, his coat stained with blood. His eyes begin to glow. He walks right up to the jester.
The jester makes no moves.
Is the jester sitting down with his feet up on the desk?
No, he's just kind of standing, like he's kind of standing by the window that you found him. Vengeance, is it?
It's not going to be today. I'm no fool. Where I am right now, I stand no chance, but make no mistake, Jester. One day, I am going to kill you.
You'll
Me
try.
And I'll succeed. He turns and walks.
Make no mistake, Golden Boy. We've all lost someone we've cared about. The question is, what would you be willing to do to get them back? And he fades into mist and blows out a window into the night sky. And we'll pick up next time on Roll With Me.